What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. It's time once again for another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship. It's another homebrew today at the request of Mr. Freyr King. Again, I really hope I'm saying that right. We're going to talk about the Norse god Freyr, who I believe, after running through a Google search, and my friend, if I've got the wrong god, forgive me, is actually the Norse god Freyr. If you guys like what you see, remember, hit that like and subscribe button today. This episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship was brought to you in part by Jeremy Kevin Stiles. Thanks for all your help, my friend. Now, let's do us some homebrew. Okay, brace yourselves for this one. In Norse mythology, Freyr was one of the most widely and passionately venerated deities amongst the Norse. Why, you may ask? Because he was, in fact, the god of fertility. Yeah, I know, right? Usually this is on a female. Not this time. This time it's a dude. And when I mean fertility, I mean both in terms of the crops growing bountiful harvests and in the bedroom. This guy played a huge role in Norse culture, providing health and abundance across all of the Viking world. Freyr resides in Alfheim, which is the homeland of the elves. Hey, wait a minute. God that's about the bedroom, important to elves. Is this a Calistria? I think we don't necessarily have the real world into Pathfinder gods so much as I think I just accidentally stumbled upon one of Calistria's influences. Nice. Well done, Tommy. Anywho, Freyr's known to have a lot of powerful possessions and companions. He was followed into battle by the boar Gullinborsti, literally translating into golden bristled, who would pull his chariot. His ship always had a favorable wind and can be folded up and carried in a small bag. And the dude was known even to have, as we would call it in Pathfinder, a dancing sword, if in fact its wielder was wise enough. Freyr doesn't have the huge association with war that Odin and Thor have, and you know, we covered Odin not that long ago. Follow this card, right up here. We'll give you some more sweet Norse goodness. But he was known as battle-skilled, field marshal of the gods, you know, all that cool stuff. In Freyr's most famous myth, it's said that he was very much in love with the giantess Gerd, which began the day Freyr secretly used the throne belonging to Odin. From that high seat, he could see out all over the 9 worlds, and as he was looking, he caught sight of a woman. But there was a problem, as there always is. Gerd was the daughter of the giant Gymir, and Freyr had no idea how he was going to conquer the heart of, a giant. So Freyr spent every second of the day yearning for Gerd, and it got so bad that Freyr would not even speak or eat, and slowly he started to become very ill. His father, the god Njord, got very upset and concerned because, your kid's not eating. So he sent his servant named Skirnir, and no, we're not talking about the Magus archetype that can spell strike through a shield, though I guess we could be. Archetype's kinda cool. To figure out why his son was being so weird. And when Skirnir came back, he told him that it was because, well, your boy's in love. Since Njord was a good father, of course he had to help his son, and so he sent Skirnir to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, to bring back Gerd so Freyr could marry her. That seems good. When Skirnir arrived, he announced the proposal and brought along some apples of youth, which of course Gerd could have if she accepted the proposal. But when she heard about this proposal, of course, she got furious and immediately rejected the offer. Skirnir then offered to give her the ring Draupnir, which is a very special, magical golden ring in Norse mythology. Every 9th day, 8 new rings would drop out of this ring. Gerd, of course, wasn't impressed at all, so Skirnir switched tactics and tried to threaten her. At first, she didn't care about the threats because she had no intention of marrying Freyr. Then Skirnir started to threaten to put curses on her by using the secrets of the runes. That frightened Gerd into agreeing to marry Freyr. But she did have one demand, that Freyr had to wait 9 days before they would be married. The 9 days was Gerd's way to torture the feelings of Freyr. After the 9 days were up, they got married, and that's not how marriage works in the 21st century, but alright, good on you, Norse. Anywho, this is 110% Black Dragon Gaming homebrew. If you guys think you can do it better, as always, it goes in the comments. But a god that's liked by everybody, who sees to the planting of the fields, who sees to the planting of the next generation, but also, will go sit on a throne and fall in love with a woman by seeing her, and seems prone to flights of fancy. Yeah, I'm gonna call Freyr chaotic good. His domains are plant, community, charm, sun, and weather, with the subdomains storms, day, growth, lust, and home. His favorite weapon is the long sword, and his symbol, the statue of himself. To perform Freyr's obedience, prepare a hearty meal for as many people as you can, whether it be a feast for a village or well-prepared rations for your companions. During this feast, perform songs and give thanks and offerings to Freyr while encouraging others to do the same. In return, you gain a +4 bonus on fortitude saves to resist temperatures below freezing. Evangelist boons grant us Entangle 3 times a day, Mythic Entangle, because hey, why not? Let's make plants pop out of the desert twice a day or once a day plant growth. This one's going to take a little bit of a left turn. We haven't done this yet, but you guys who are using settlement stats, you need love too. By spending an 8-hour period at 16th level in a settlement within 1 step of chaotic good, praising the glories of Freyr, you cause local crops to increase in growth exponentially, increasing the settlement's economy modifier by a value equal to half your hit dice. Multiple uses of this ability do not stack, and if the settlement's alignment moves more than 1 step away from chaotic good, the benefit is lost. At level 20, any settlement whose economy modifier you increase, whether by using your ability gained from the Evangelist Path or any other way, may use their economy modifier in place of their law modifier. Sentinel boons. It's blessed 3 times a day, goodberry twice a day, once a day, minor creation. At 16th level, you can touch any fruit or vegetable, magical or otherwise, and bestow upon it the power to reverse aging. Anyone who consumes the item heals as per a Cure Critical Wounds spell, caster level equal to your hit dice, and their age decreases by 2d6 years. Don't feed this to your kids. At 20th level, as a standard action, you may touch a non-magical item and cause it to take on a fraction of the powers of Dropnir. Once every 9 days, the item will create 8 perfect clones of itself. Because, you may need more diamonds to help your friends. Anywho, Exalted Boons. It's Lead Blades thrice a day, Bull's Strength twice a day, or Flash Forward once a day. At 16th level, any long sword you wield automatically gains the Keen Enchantment, and all critical threats you score with a longsword are automatically confirmed. In addition, you may treat a longsword as if it were a lance for the purposes of the Spirited Charge feat. And at 20th level, long swords you wield automatically gain the Dancing Enchantment with no duration. No Paladin code this time, as much as I really want to, slap a Paladin code on something. We are, in fact, a little too far away from lawful good this time. Not the playtest, sorry guys. But, as of Planar Adventures, of course, everybody gets a boon. Complete a particularly important crusade in the name of Freyr, and in return, you never risk becoming infertile, and any children you have are born as Azimar. When they come of age, they gain a +2 sacred bonus to 1 ability score. Now, Freyr takes a weird place in the pantheon of Golarion, because really, he shares a lot in common, both in the, overtly phallic, seriously, Google this guy, aspects of Freyr and his association with the elves. I chose to veer away from that because up in that far, cold, frozen north, the Elfin are basically our Vikings, and he, of course, slots right into there. Just like when we talked about Kali last week. Did you miss that? By the way, follow this card right here. See the most destructive lawful good thing I've ever seen in my life. The Vikings just slot right in. Einherjar, Valkyries, Sleipnir, though, for the record, in my settings, it's a house rule. The Einherjar and the Valkyries are lawful, not chaotic. We'll never understand why they are that way. But even elves and dwarves and drow and gnomes and almost every aspect of, traditional fantasy has come to us from the Norse. So, of course, the Norse gods fit right in. And really, I think it would be really cool in the Pathfinder playtest at some point to see an AP that takes place in the lands of the Lenorm Kings, because right now we just, pass through it for a little while in Jade Regent. Something along the lines of Mummy's Mask, where these gods are given official, full, fleshed out, awesome forms, because who doesn't want some sweet Viking power in their life? Especially somebody like Freyr, who will make your crops grow, make your babies spring up, and die to a fire giant in Ragnarok. But that's all I've got to say about that. What do you guys think about Freyr? Have you used homebrew gods in your setting? Have you used anything resembling the Norse pantheon in your setting? And if so, throw it down in the comments. We'll keep that conversation going. We'll keep yakking at each other forever and ever and ever, all in the glory of Pathfinder. Anywho, next week is still more homebrew, but it's homebrew in Pathfinder. It's a god that has seen official content in this game, but has not seen official content very fleshed out. It was requested I cover one of the Baldonian hero gods. Let's call it Sumeria. See you next Wednesday.